Hello and welcome to the first ever edition of the National League Rugby Review Show. It's been a long 18 months for everybody, but what a season we've got coming up. Chester versus Hull Ionians and Henley versus OAs to come, but we start off on the south coast in National 1. Rosslyn Park come to Plymouth Albion looking for some revenge. New faces, new logo, new show. The season is underway. Joining me on commentary, Chris Bentley.
Waters, Jones, big tackle coming in from the number 19, Goldberg.
That's Frankie Nowell announcing himself very much like his older brother.
Well, he's...
Oh, wow. Tom Putt is going for goal from a good 55 metres out.
Well, this could be a spectacular way to get National 1 started. Tom Putt.
Oh.
And it flies like an eagle through the posts, and Plymouth Albion lead after 6 minutes of play. Yash, Waters, Jones, Henry Robinson finding a way through, and that is the first try. Henry Robinson scuttling away and found the gap, and that puts Park ahead.
That was too easy a score. The forwards had really stood up well to some very strong forward pressure. Rosslyn Park Mall looking especially strong. But then a couple of fast hands down the back line, and that sharp line caught the defence on the hop.
Norrie into Clemson, the combination working well now, and now all the bodies going around the outside. This is surely going to go over, but he comes into the inside. And it goes over, and that is the try. Plymouth Albion, all the pressure finally pays off. The crowd cheers, and finally they score. Saunders straight down the middle and finds Galanders.
That's well set. Quickly
moving, it will go to Ellis and back to Saunders. But now they're getting momentum. It's starting to move forward. They'll try to turn them around the outside. Actually, Albion standing up well, but being turned now. Jones coming in. They move forward. It's popped out. Gosh, Jackson just caught a little bit stalled, but he can move around the outside and he'll go for the line, and that will get them through. Brandon Jackson coming off the bench from start. He accelerated through the gap. The close game working for Park, the line out working for Park, and they stretch out that lead. Plymouth Albion 8, Rosslyn Park 16. Scrum going around the back, Stupple taking it away. They're trying to lock him up and
I think he's just got to try and stay in the field, which is just about managed. That scrum was on roller skates.
And he's a big unit. He managed to get himself on that line. Oh, and a penalty.
No, I think he's given
a try. He's given a try to Rosslyn Park after Ellis celebrating that one. May have been a steal. And that's another try. Sheriff winning the line out, and it bounces. Got to be careful. I think it was Whaley Williams picking it up.
Oh,
but it's another try, and that's
Sheriff juggled the ball.
Gregor Galanders getting to the ball first. He's the last man up, so we'll give it to him. The bonus point secured for the away side, and well, quite the win for Rosslyn Park, we think, Chris.
Yeah, I think that, I'll be honest with you, they're fully deserving of it. It's been frustrating to watch, seeing them just edge through, stepping through the gears. I think they're going to be a team this year.
It certainly delivered, both as a competitive game.
Now Parker relaxed.
Now Brandon Jackson finding Lewis Jones. He's found a gap through the middle. He's got Ben Howard for support, but the centre could go himself. He's going to find Ben Howard, and the winger will get the 5th try of the afternoon for Park. Rosslyn Park run riot at Brickfields. Very rounded performance. Plymouth had their moments but couldn't take their opportunities, perhaps due to their own errors. But Rosslyn Park have made a statement of their intent for what they came to achieve this season.
In sunny conditions, big crowd down at Plymouth, always going to be a testing game first back, but boys showed some great resilience through it, and great to get 5 points away from home and start off the league campaign.
A bit of a tough result to take that one?
Yeah, it was a tricky one, especially as I thought we played pretty well first half, and I think unfortunately a lot of the stuff that we did well first half kind of fell away from us in the second a little bit, which is kind of disappointing in a way. But in some ways, obviously, it's positive to take out of it. It means that we know we're in the right direction in some things, and it just means we've got to tighten up in other areas, that's all.
Well, so it's a little bit sweeter as well, especially after coming back in 2020 and having the loss there.
Yeah, I mean, that loss back in 2020 when we were chasing things in the league, it was quite a sore one. It was brought up, even though it's a long time ago, it was brought up, and the boys had it in the back of their memories because quite a few of them still performed in that game. So to come here today and turn that sort of result around for ourselves, it was satisfying.
Chris, there's only one place to start really, and that's the Rosslyn Park line-out.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Plymouth contrived to give away a fair few penalties and give a platform for Rosslyn Park, and anyone with Ellis as a surname was going to be driving a very well drilled pack of forwards towards the try line and either scoring or creating opportunities to score.
Of course, in that first half, Plymouth had the opportunity, the 2 sin bins, but was it a case of missed opportunities throughout the game for them?
I think Plymouth, yeah, speaking with Damien Welsh after the game, a lot of things where he's quite positive that the coaches can rectify, just a few tweaks and what have you. The final score was not the fairest reflection. The best team absolutely won, but that last score really made it a bit more difficult for Albion.
I expect Albion to improve over the season?
Most certainly, yes. There's a fair few work-ons, and I think we're going to have a decent season as we grow into it.
Tragically, the opening weekend was overshadowed by events at Henley as the Hawks' second row David Hyde collapsed on the pitch during their game against Old Albanian. He passed away in hospital last night.
On behalf of all of us involved in National League Rugby, I just want to say how shocked and saddened we all are to hear the news about David. Henley is a hugely popular and much respected club in our world, and this is a tragedy that will resonate from Tynedale to Redruth. Our thoughts go to his wife Catherine, son Tor, and all the members of his family who were at the match yesterday. In the words from the club statement, he was a gentle giant, a friend to many, and will be missed by all.
Chinner grabbed the chance for revenge against Sale, taking 27 points before half-time against a side that did the double over them last season.
Hands up!
24-0 down after 50 minutes, Ben Brownlee's drive ensured Cambridge took 2 well-earned bonus points in a 10-try barnstormer against Rams. And Billsley Common delivered round 1's late drama, Birmingham Mosley's Matt Dyke kicking over DMP's defence to find Mason Thomas. A strong day for the promoted sides, with Taunton beating National 1 New Boys Leeds Tykes well on the road. Tonbridge judges were up against it with 13 men as they led with 15 minutes to go, but Sam Winter's try pegged them to a draw. Coldy have a rest week, and you can read all the week's reports in the rugby paper. Well, what a result for Taunton Titans. Tony Yep's boys doing the job.
Absolutely, old teammate of mine. He's got a really good setup at Taunton, new in the league and putting a big boil over result up at Leeds. That's an impressive score.
Tonbridge judges joining against Bishop Stortford, no easy feat.
No, but Perry Parker and Toby Freeman, 2 big old gnarly second rows, probably driving them home there. It's interesting to see the 2 promoted teams are certainly no rollovers.
Well, listen, no time to stop. It's on to Nat 2 North, up to Chester.
Chester knew Hull Ionians would bring a strong challenge to Hare Lane, having been relegated from the 3rd tier, and their pack dominance showed, winning a penalty try after 13 minutes. They doubled the lead on the half hour. Elliot Manelli quick on his feet here. Jan van Deventer's side did fight back. Thomas Holloway and Ivan Phillips finding gaps. But it was Ionians' day. A scintillating run from fullback Aidan Calvert, securing a bonus point win.
Try is good. Good work. Really good work.
Well, Chris, big statement from the relegated side, and they're going to be looking to go back to National 1 as soon as possible.
I would think so, yeah. I spent a fair bit of time at Hare Lane, and to see Chester beaten by the relegated side, you know they'll bounce back pretty quickly. But obviously Hull, they want to get back up to Nat 1.
Try is good.
Chester, they've been on the edge, haven't they? I mean, they were a playoff a couple of years ago, but do you think this could be their year?
Fingers crossed. I'm a Cheshire boy, and I love the mighty haystack, so I'm hopeful that they can sort of pull it back and do something special.
Well, across the rest of the North, there was lots of big statements from the big heavy favourites for that title race. Let's see how that panned out. Doncaster Knight's hero and returning Titan Matt Challinor put his stamp on a dominant display against Wharfdale, their first meeting in 32 years.
Yes! Happy? Tom Forster! Yeah. Awesome!
Hull's pack put in a powerful display at the Ferriers ground, Mike Adlar getting a brace here from the forwards' hard work and some quick hands. Sheffield Tigers head coach and player Jamie Broadley thought he'd snatched victory for his side at Staunton Park. But Stourbridge winger Daniel Rundle had something to say about it, as he secured a hat-trick in Stourbridge's to-and-fro victory. 9 tries for Sedgley Park puts them well ahead, while injury-hit Tyndale could not cope with Fylde's backs. Tom Grimes and Scott Jordan both getting braces. Loughborough students muscled out Bladen in the North East too, and what a result for Bourneville on their first ever National 2 North game. Well, it was all about the teams on the road, Chris. Fylde and Sedgley Park showing their intent early on.
Yeah, 2 teams with really strong pedigree. A good pal of mine, Matthew Riley, up at Sedgley Park, the truck. Probably driving things on quite well there. I mean, he's the biggest second row playing in the centres. He's wasted in the back line. And obviously Fylde, huge pedigree, always going to be driving hard. Great setup there as well.
Absolutely. And there's one word on Bourneville, getting a win on the road.
Impressive. It's always difficult when you step up into the National League tier. There's a lot to learn, but the challenge for them is the attrition as the league bears on. It's whether they can keep on doing what they've just done.
That was number 5, wasn't it? Good. Cheers.
Bath star Josh Matavesi's brother Joel had a big role to play for Red Roof, setting up Jack Alton's brace in a 4-try haul over Leicester Lions. Another thriller on the East Coast. Greg Barrister thought he'd secured victory for Westcliff here. But it's never over until the final whistle. And Ding Crusaders winger Tom Hagen dotted down for the last say at the Gables.
Try scored.
11 tries went over the whitewash for Clifton. Marcus Nell's opening sprint the pick of the bunch. Each's prop Harvey Scott's brace put them on the way to a comfortable win over Rochford 100, while Jack Forrest was Worthing's hero in a battle of the Raiders. Old Albanians win at Henley as Bury St Edmunds gave Canterbury a tough return to National 2 South. Well, what a brutal introduction into National 2 South. 71-0 Barnstaple losing.
Yeah, the North Devonians are normally quite nuggety, and to see them get really turned over like that. Clifton, obviously big influence from Bristol there. They used to train there till their new facility, but surprising result. I'd have thought you'd have seen a bit more from Barnstaple.
Well, one thing we did see something from Bury St Edmunds doing one over Canterbury, who came down from National 1.
Again, surprising. Canterbury started to sort of find their flow towards the end of the season, although they were relegated. To see them get beaten in their first game, normally you don't see that. Strange result.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, great to talk to you. Thanks for joining me. Here's the tables from round 1. Rosslyn Park's bonus point win at Brickfields give them the best point difference of round 1 6 winners. Their opponents Plymouth Albion and Sale end the weekend with nothing. And the heavy wins in National 2 North put 6 teams on 5 points. While 5 of the 8 bottom teams had home games to start off with. Clifton's Hall put them on top of National 2 South, their nearest opponents Esher, and it was a rough start for the promoted sides, conceding 142 points between them. We're back in a week at Bourneville, but if you can't wait for more National League Rugby content, head to ncarugby.com and make sure you follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you for watching the National League Rugby Review Show. It was great to have rugby back, but it's a solemn return following the tragic event at Henley. We'll see you next week.